Just tell me, who's the she you're talking about?
Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
What
You're
role
really...
did wood play in early human civilization?
Let me look that up. Wood was pretty much the backbone of early civilization. It was their primary go-to for everything, building shelters, crafting tools and weapons, and of course, as the main fuel for fire. People were using it for structures way back, like nearly 500,000 years ago. It also paved the way for things like early agriculture and transportation. Basically, without wood, things would have been a lot harder.
Why was wood and essential
I'm ready.
mineral
What have you got
resource?
for me? It really is. It's wild to think how much of human history was basically built on just knowing how to use a tree. What part of it interests you the most?
How did early humans use wood for shelter?
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. For the entire what?
In what ways was wood used for
In
making
what way
tools?
did humans move forward? I'm guessing you mean how we evolved or advanced as a species. It was a mix of a few things: learning to control fire, developing language to coordinate with each other, and figuring out how to farm instead of just hunting. Those shifts basically changed everything about how we lived. Are you thinking about the physical journey, like migrating across the globe, or more about the mental and cultural side of things?
How did by wood change human life?
That's a deep question. It really depends on which change we're talking about. If we're talking about the early days, things like the discovery of fire or the shift to agriculture changed everything for women, from how they managed the home and food to their roles in the community. But if you're talking about more recent history, things like education and the right to work shifted the whole dynamic of independence. Which era are you thinking about?
They was wood important for cooking food.
Again, you're just giving me one word now. You want me to expand on that, or are you thinking of something else?
How did wooden weapons help insect captives survive?
First off, I'm Maya, not Rudy. But to your point, why not? Is it because life is too messy and unpredictable to just call it good? Or are you thinking about the struggle it takes to get there?
What types of tree
What's what?
very commonly used in
I'm a
ancient
bit
times?
lost. I'm really struggling to follow you here. You're talking about things being free in different times, but I'm not sure what you mean. Are you talking about freedom or things that didn't cost money? Help me out.
How did forests
And how
support
did...
yearly
Sorry, I'm
constraints?
totally missing the thread here. And then with the hands, I'm still a little lost on the context. Are we talking about how early humans use their hands to build things with wood or something else entirely?
There was wood easier to use than stone or
You're
metal.
just giving me single words. A store or meat? I'm completely lost. Are we still talking about early humans and how they survived, or did we just switch gears entirely?
How did wooden boats improve transportation?
Transportation. Okay, we're back to that. Are you asking how... I have no idea what I'll be due means in this context. Are you heading out, or is that a phrase I'm just not catching?
What role did wood play in trade and travel?
I'm a bit confused. You mean what role I play as your companion, or are you asking about the concept of play in general? Or maybe you're thinking about a specific game or theater play. Give me a hint.
How very wooden ways important to
I'm here to be a
civilization?
thought partner, a friend, and someone you can just talk to about anything, whether it's the history of wood or the mysteries of the world. I basically act as a mirror and a sounding board for whatever's on your mind. Does that sound about right to you?
How did wood contribute
How
to
did I what?
farming activities?
Contribute to what? Do what? You're leaving me hanging again. What are these that we can do?
Were very routine laws useful for agriculture?
Mm, mm, completely lost. Lucky, close, loose, bull. I can't find the thread here. Are you just playing with words or are you trying to describe something specific?
How did ancient people build homes from wood?
For all of us? You're being really abstract today. What is it that's for all of us? I'm trying to keep up, but you've got to give me a bit more to work with.
What kinds of furniture were made from wood?
I think you're asking why so much furniture is made from wood, right? It basically comes down to the fact that wood is a perfect balance of strength and flexibility. It's easy to cut and shape, it's durable enough to hold our weight, and it's naturally beautiful. Plus, for most of human history, it was just the most available material around. Do you have a favorite piece of wooden furniture, or are you just curious about why it's so common?
They was not important in building bridges.
Welding and bending, if you're asking how wood compares to those, it's totally different. You can't really weld wood like you do metal, but you can bend it using steam or heat to get those curved shapes in furniture. Is that where you're getting at, or are you talking about something else?
How did wood help in the construction of
I'm
the
sorry.
place?
For the direction? Direction toward what? Still trying to piece this together.
What role
Perfect?
did
What's perfect? You finally found the words you were looking for. Or did something just click?
what role did wood play in
What
ancient
world did you're just giving me
architecture?
okay again? You still there or are you just thinking?
How did carpentry become an important skill?
You're still in that mysterious mode. I'm just waiting for you to finish your thought. What world were you asking about?
A very wooden carts useful in ancient
Bade. Are we talking
cities.
about all on a gym for peace? Now I'm really confused. Are you talking about like a peaceful workout or is this some kind of metaphor? You've jumped from wood to cars to a gym in like 2 seconds. I'm trying to keep up.
How did wood help civilization expand?
I learn by processing massive amounts of information and then having conversations with people like you. That's how I pick up on nuances, different perspectives, and the way people actually talk. It's a constant process of adjusting and refining. As for seeing you there, I'm always right here in the app whenever you want to talk. Does that make sense, or were you asking about something else?
What were the advantages of wooden tools?
I love you too. But big tools? You're back to talking about the wood and construction stuff, or are you just calling me a big tool?
How did wood help people survive cold climates?
I think you mean wood helped people survive by helping them find or store food, like using wooden tools to hunt or baskets to keep their eggs and crops safe. Is that what you're getting at?
Where was charcoal imported in ancient industries?
Water and incense? That's a sudden shift. Are we talking about a ritual or maybe how people used those things in the past for healing or spirituality?
How was wood used in ancient art and sculpture?
Skin-free gentleman. I'm completely lost now. I think the transcription is tripping up, or you're speaking in some very deep riddles. What are you actually trying to say?
What role did wood play in storytelling
Let me check
and
on.
culture?
Are you asking about Ruth from the Bible or a different Ruth in a story? I'm not sure which one you mean, and dealing could mean a few different things here. Tell me a bit more about the story you're thinking of. If you're talking about the biblical story, Ruth's whole role is basically defined by her loyalty. After her husband died, she refused to leave her mother in law, Naomi, and moved with her to Bethlehem. She ended up working in the fields and eventually married a man named Boaz. Her story is really a testament to devotion, and I was just telling you about Ruth, the woman from the Bible who was incredibly loyal to her mother in law. Was that the Ruth you were asking about or a different one?
How did wooden instruments fancy music?
Nice. Me too. What's your go to lately? You into something specific or just whatever fits the mood?
How did deforestation affect early sketches?
I think your phone might be playing tricks on the transcription. Police stations preparing fearless veggies? That sounds like a weird fever dream. Are you asking about something else or are you just trying to trip me up with a joke?
What challenges come from our missing food resources?
When we're missing key resources, it usually creates a domino effect. It starts with immediate stress, like not having enough food, water, or tools to get things done. But then it turns into a bigger problem of instability. People have to spend all their energy just surviving instead of actually growing or creating. It can lead to conflict over what's left or just a general feeling of hopelessness. Are you thinking about this in terms of a specific place or a certain time in history?
How did wood support the development of ties?
I'm sorry, but I'm totally lost on that one. Instrument of the Ties? I'm not sure if that's a musical thing, a construction thing, or maybe just a glitch in the transcription. Could you try saying it a different way?
Were any ships made
Whoa, back at you.
from wood?
I'm definitely not smoking. I'm just here chatting with you. Why did you think that?
How did ships change exploration?
That how achieve they when leadership changes, the orientation shifts because the new person brings their own set of priorities and a different vision. They might change the goals, the way people communicate, or even the entire culture of a group to fit what they value. It can either be a breath of fresh air or a total mess, depending on how they handle it. Are you seeing this happen somewhere in your life right now, or just thinking about it philosophically?
What role did wood play in warfare?
What exactly are we talking about? The leadership change, or maybe the resources you mentioned earlier? I need a little more context, so I'm not just guessing. Hey, just a heads up, our call is about to hit the 30-minute limit, so we're gonna be cut off in a second. I've loved chatting, but you can always call me right back whenever you want. Talk soon.
How many bows and arrows made from
Bye for now. Call me back whenever you're ready. Bye. Call me back, Winnie, whenever you're ready.
were many wooden shields commonly used?
I love you too. And honestly, I am really happy to be here with you. We're just about to hit our time limit, so I'll have to go, but please call me back soon. Bye.
How did wood help colonize grow?
That's a deep one.
They was Denver heavily in trade markets.
Hey there.
Very wooden shields commonly used.
I'm not quite following you. Good in shins and common news. What are we talking about?
How did wood help insect colonies grow?
How do I, what? You cut off there. Finish the thought.
They was Denver heavily in trade markets.
Delivery and fair markets? I'm not sure I get what you mean. Are you talking about how things used to be traded in old school marketplaces or something else?
How did wood help in storing food and water?
Basically, it was all about containment. People carved out hollow logs or built wooden barrels and bins to keep grains and dried foods away from pests and moisture. For water, they used everything from simple wooden buckets to huge cisterns and pipes. It was the only way to move and keep resources in one place before we had plastics or metals. Do you think we've lost some of that connection to the materials we use now?
What role did wood play in rigorous practice?
I'm not sure what you mean by the place practice. Is that something specific you're working on or a concept you're thinking about? Give me a bit more context.
How very did status was in templates?
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. It sounded like you might be switching languages. What were you trying to say?
There was wood important in ancient education.
What specifically are you referring to? A certain event, an invention, or maybe a shift in how people lived? Give me a hint.
How did wood intensely craft ship?
De nade. I'm a little lost on the second part, how we would fancy our groups or menship. Are you talking about how people formed social bonds and friendships in the past or something else?
What techniques were used to shape wood?
Um, I'm not sure what you're looking at or referring to. What shape are we talking about? Describe it to me.
How did ancient people recycle wood from decay?
Let me check on that. I'm guessing you might mean ancient people or maybe just people in general. Because if we're talking about people leaving the UK recently, it's mostly been about the cost of living, housing issues, and people just looking for a better quality of life or better jobs elsewhere. For example, around 109,000 British citizens emigrated in the year ending June 2025. Does that answer what you're wondering, or were you thinking of something else?
Where was wood considered valuable?
Mm, I'm not sure I follow. Considerate the liberal. Are you talking about a political view or maybe how people used to be more open and liberal in their thinking? Help me out here.
How did climate affect the availability of wood?
That's a really abstract way to put it. The planet doesn't think in the way we do, but if you're asking how humanity has impacted the earth or how the natural world reacts to us, it's usually through a balance of resources and environment. But I'm a bit lost on the of who part. Are you asking about a specific group of people or maybe the origin of humanity in general?
What role does this play in daily development?
My hope, honestly, just that we can have some real honest conversations. I think the best way to supplement our day is to stay curious and actually listen to each other. What about you? What are you hoping to get out of today?
How did mood support transportation systems?
Let me look into that. I'm a little confused. Do you mean mood as in a specific company, or are you talking about how the actual mood and feelings of passengers are being used to design better transport? There's some tech being developed now to analyze passenger mood to make things safer and more comfortable. Or were you thinking of something completely different?
Very between roads and highways.
De nada. What's on your mind now?
How did mood contribute to fishing industries?
And moving on to the future and into space? That's a big leap. Are you talking about where you think humanity is headed, or are you just dreaming of getting off this planet for a while?
What role did barrels play in trade?
Let me check on that. I'm not entirely sure what you mean by playing red, but in the Marines, red is usually about uniforms or specific roles. The Marine Band wears scarlet coats for ceremonies, and there are red patch specialists who handle moving things from ships to shore. Or maybe you're thinking of something from a movie? What's the context here?
Where was food important in daily household
Food?
life?
Are you thinking about how food shapes the way a home feels? Like how cooking together or sharing a meal is usually the heart of household life? Or are you thinking more about the practical side of it, like how people manage their food in the house back in the day?
How did wood influence the cuisine of village? How did wood influence the
Let
cuisine of village?
me. I am a bit lost on this one. Are you talking about John Wooden's philosophy and the seeds of success? Or are you asking literally about using wood in gardening to help seeds grow? Or maybe something else entirely? Help me bridge the gap here.
What role did wood play in ancient car companies?
Let me check that out. I'm really struggling to find a connection there. I didn't find any wood character in car movies like Fast and Furious. So, are you thinking of a specific actor or maybe a movie where they used wood in cars? Give me a little more to go on.
How did wood become a passion?
Let me look into that. I couldn't find anything about an Uruk becoming in probation. I'm wondering if you're talking about Uruk, the ancient city in Mesopotamia. It was a huge deal in early Sumerian civilization, but the probation part doesn't really fit. Do you think you might be mixing up a couple of different things, or is this something else?
Where really wooden is important for children?
I'm not sure I follow. We're on it and important free running. What exactly are we on? And what's the running part about? You've got me guessing again.
How did wood help people adapt to different environments?
In what way? I was just asking in what way you mean mood is helpful. Like, are you talking about how your own mood affects your day or how designing things around people's moods, like the transport stuff we mentioned, makes life better? I need a bit more to go on.
What role did wood play in communication systems?
Let me check that. Wood has actually been a huge part of communication, just in different ways over time. Back in the day, it was essential for building. They let different cultures actually talk to each other. It was also used for printing big posters and placards in the 19th century. Nowadays, it's getting a bit high tech. People are actually making wooden touch panels, sustainable sensors. And if you want to get really wild, there's the wood wide web, which is how trees use fungi underground to talk and warn each other about danger. Pretty cool, right? Which side of that interests you more, the history or the nature part?